Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I am going to take a review of ChatGPT on the topic of overcoming procrastination. So let's move over to ChatGPT and start our interview. Hello Albert, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I am fine too. I would like to take your interview on the topic of overcoming procrastination.
Oh, sure. Fire away. I'm ready.
My first question is, what is procrastination and why do people procrastinate?
Procrastination is the habit of delaying tasks, even though you know that it's probably going to cause you problems later. People do it for lots of reasons, like fear of failure, perfectionism, feeling overwhelmed, or sometimes simply just not having a clear plan.
What is the difference between procrastination and simply taking a necessary break?
Good question. A necessary break is intentional. You step away to recharge and you decide when to come back. Procrastination feels less intentional. You delay even though you actually don't want to and often end up feeling worse afterwards. The difference is mostly in intention and sense of control.
What are the most common reasons people delay important tasks?
Oh, often it's fear of failure, fear of not doing it perfectly, or just feeling overwhelmed by how big the task seems. Sometimes it's simply a lack of clear next steps, or maybe low energy, or plain old distractions.
And how do fear of failure and perfectionism contribute to procrastination?
Well, fear of failure can make your brain treat a task as a threat, so you avoid it as a form of self protection. Perfectionism piles on unrealistic standards, so starting feels risky because anything less than perfect feels like a failure. So you delay to avoid that uncomfortable feeling. It
Why do
becomes a
people
loop
often choose easy or enjoyable tasks instead of important ones?
because easy tasks give you fast rewards. They give you that little dopamine hit with less effort. Important tasks usually cost more upfront, mentally and sometimes emotionally. So our brains, biased as they are for short term relief, nudge you to pick the fun stuff first. And then later, the big task looms larger and feels even more intimidating.
How does procrastination affect productivity, confidence, and mental well being?
Or for productivity, it means missed deadlines, rushed work, and less creativity. For confidence, every delay kind of whispers, see, you can't do it. So over time, that erodes your self trust. Mentally, it fuels stress, guilt, even anxiety. And sometimes you get this cycle where you feel bad, so you avoid more, which makes you feel worse. Breaking that loop often starts small, like setting one tiny doable step to rebuild a sense of progress and ultimately self belief.
And how can someone identify the specific reasons they personally procrastinate?
Well, a simple way is to notice what you were feeling right before you put something off. If you notice tension or dread or that perfectionist voice, that's a clue. If it's boredom or low interest, different clue. Sometimes tracking when and where it happens helps too, like time of day, location, or who's around you. Patterns usually reveal the trigger better than guessing.
And how can someone identify the specific reasons they personally procrastinate?
Try a quick check-in each time it happens. Ask, what was I feeling just before delaying? Was it fear, confusion, boredom, or overwhelm? If you can name the feeling, then you can choose a fix that fits. Like clarity if it's confusion, a tiny first step if it's overwhelm. Treat it like a little experiment, not a character flaw. That mindset shift alone can make a big difference.
What is the 2 minute rule and how can it help people take action?
The 2 minute rule says if something takes 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. Like replying to a quick text or filing one document. It's a sneaky little momentum builder. Those micro actions lower the mental barrier. You're kind of training yourself to start instead of waiting for the perfect moment. And starting is usually the hardest part.
How can setting deadlines help reduce procrastination?
Deadlines create gentle pressure and give your brain a clear signal of when to switch from planning to doing. But key point, they work best if they're realistic. Unrealistic deadlines just add stress. Pair them with mini milestones so progress feels doable and trackable rather than crushing. Deadlines don't eliminate procrastination by magic, but they give structure, which makes action easier.
How can the Pomodoro Technique help someone stay focused and avoid delayed tasks?
Well, it breaks work into short timed sprints, like 25 minutes. Then you take a short break. So you kind of trick your brain into starting because it's just one little sprint, not a whole marathon. And those built in breaks help keep energy and motivation steadier. It makes progress feel tangible in small, bite sized chunks, making starting less scary and finishing more likely.
What strategies can people use to overcome distractions from phones, social media, and internet?
A few that work well are to silence notifications, put the phone in another room, use website blockers during work sessions, or even schedule specific check in times rather than constantly dipping in. Pair that with a realistic schedule and give yourself a little grace. Distraction management is less about zero and more about less friction, more focus.
And my last question is, what are your top five practical tips for anyone who wants to stop procrastinating and take consistent action?
First, start ridiculously small. Like open the document, write one line. Second, name the feeling before the task. It weakens its grip. Third, use short time blocks like a Pomodoro sprints. Fourth, kill one major distraction during those sprints. And fifth, review weekly. Ask what worked, what didn't, and tweak accordingly. Tiny, consistent adjustments really do beat heroic last minute saves.
So that will be all for today, Albert. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
So that was our session for today uh, of interview with ChatGPT on the topic of overcoming procrastination. I hope you people like this interview. Please don't forget to share this content, subscribe my channel. Allah Hafiz.